English 4, Quarter 4, Week 3, Matatag Curriculum. For the content, we have Cluster 2, Viewing and Representing. Topic 1, Identifying Visual Elements Using Space. Subtopics, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, proportional. Topic 2, Deriving meaning based on the visual elements. For the subtopics, interpreting lines, shapes, and colors used to convey meaning, symbolism, and purpose of visual text. Topic 3, identify real or make-believe, fact or non-fact images. Topic 4, create a visual text drawn from the visual elements learned. For the review, let's have Quiz B. Elements of short story, figures of speech, and sound devices. Mechanics, each learner must bring a small whiteboard for the Quiz B. There shall be 3 rounds, easy, average, and difficult. 1 point for each question in easy round, 3 points for average, and 5 points for difficult. The scope of the Quiz B shall be the past lessons only. Here are the questions for the easy round. Number 1, this represents the people, animals, and any living and non-living thing that performs action in a story. Very good. Characters. Number 2, this is the beginning of a story. What part of the plot is this? Exposition. Number 3, it is the highest peak of the conflict and usually the most exciting part of a story. Climax. Which part of the plot can we find the climax? Middle. This is the time, place, and environment of the story. Setting. For the average round, this is what children would call the moral of the story. It can be the story subject or the main idea that runs through it. Theme. You'll see the pronouns he or his, she or her, they, them, their, and it or its in what point of view? Very good. Third-person point of view. Number 3, a point of view is where the reader accesses the story through one person. It's like reading the main character's diary. You're right, it is first-person point of view. Number 4, a point of view that uses the pronoun you. This point of view establishes the reader as the protagonist or main character. Very good. Second-person point of view. Number 5, a literary tool employed in verse, plays, poetry, and prose to emphasize various sounds. Sound devices. Here are the questions for difficult round. Number 1, occurs when 2 or more words repeat the same vowel sound but begin with different consonant sounds. Assonance. This term refers to using words with unmelodious sounds, particularly those with sharp, harsh, or hissing qualities. It is created primarily by using discordant consonants. Number 3, a specialized kind of consonance is sibilance. It occurs when consonant sounds and repeated but only when those sounds are sibilant consonants such as S, SH, and Z. Sibilance. It involves giving a non-human, inanimate object the qualities of a person as if making it alive. Personification. We make this reading skill based on the story setting, the theme, and as well as the genre of the story. Inferences. For the buffer questions, it is a strategy or skill in which readers use information from a text, including titles, headings, pictures, and diagrams, and their own experiences to anticipate what they are about to read or what comes next. You're right, making predictions. It is a false idea or belief or a deceptive appearance or impression. Very good. Illusion. 3. These are hints found within a sentence, paragraph, or passage that a reader can use to understand the meanings of new or unfamiliar words. You're right. Context clues. Number 4. It is the state of things as they exist. It's what you see, hear, and experience. Very good. It is reality. Number 5. Sometimes you can guess the definition of a word by seeing some of its examples. Very good. It is exemplification. This week's discussion will also focus on elements, but this time it is all about visual elements. Analyze and share your thoughts about the images. What can you say about the picture? How do you interpret these abstract paintings? What can you say about the way the lines, shapes, and colors were used? What did you feel upon looking at the images? For the unlocking content vocabulary, we have Activity 1, Word Hunt. Unlock the hidden words by finding the general terms in the word hunt. Next, put the words in your vocabulary table alongside your meanings. Here are the meanings: a visual explanation, decoration, or accompaniment of a text. These are hand-drawn images, usually created by someone who is an illustrator by profession. Next, visual representation of something, the likeness of an object produced on a photographic material or a picture on an electronic display, such as a television or computer screen. Its examples are images, including photographs, illustrations, drawings, clip art, icons, or other non-text elements on a website or social media. These are marks moving in space between 2 points. Artists use actual, implied, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and contour. Also, each has a different meaning, such as curve, length, thickness, and flexibility. It is the light spectrum broken down when hitting a surface and reflected into the eye. Its properties include hue, intensity, and temperature. A one-dimensional, two-dimensional, or three-dimensional design encased by lines to signify height and width. These are images created using photography materials and equipment that do not have an immediate association with the physical world. This skill relates to the sight or to things one can see. It is a visual art that uses an instrument to mark paper or another two-dimensional surface. These images represent an application, a capability, or some other concept or specific entity with meaning for the user. Here are the correct answers. Number 1, illustration. 2, images. 3, graphics. 4, lines. 5, color. 6, shapes. 7, abstract. 8, visual. 9, drawing. And number 10, icons. Let's have topic 1. Identifying visual elements using spaces. Subtopic 1, spaces of arts. 2, 3, and 4-dimensional spaces. Form of arts. In art, proportion refers to the relationship between the different size components within one composition. Proportion can make a composition appear more realistic or stylized, depending on the proportion used. Because of the limits of nature, art objects are limited to the dimensions of space and time. For this reason, art objects fall into 3 categories: two-dimensional art, three-dimensional art, and four-dimensional art. Each category has divisions deriving primarily from differences between the materials and approaches used by the artist. Two-dimensional art occurs on flat surfaces like paper, canvas, or walls. This dimension can be made through drawing, painting, or printing on a flat surface. Here are the examples. Three-dimensional art goes beyond flat surfaces to encompass height, width, and depth. This dimension can be made through carving, modeling, casting, or assembly. Here are the examples. Four-dimensional art is a creative concept that goes beyond traditional three-dimensional art by introducing the element of time as the fourth dimension. In this context, dimensions are typically defined as length, width, height, and time. Here are the examples. For the work example, here are the mechanics. Your class will be divided into 3. Get out of the classroom and find a conducive space or environment in the school where you can use your imagination to create artwork. Each group shall be given activity kits, manila paper, bond papers, markers, tape, scissors, marking pens, and crayons. Group 1, make a two-dimensional art and use the environment as your inspiration for your output. Group 2, make a three-dimensional art and use the environment as your inspiration for your output. And for Group 3, a four-dimensional art. Topic 2. Derive meaning based on visual elements. Subtopic, interpreting lines, shapes, and colors. Used to convey meaning, symbolism, and purpose of visual text. To appreciate and interpret artworks appropriately, One must understand and learn the 7 basic elements of visual art. We have line, space, form, texture, value, and color. In this topic, we shall focus more on understanding the importance of lines, shapes, and colors to convey the meaning of an artwork. First, lines. Lines are marks moving in a space between 2 points. Artists use many different types of lines, including actual, implied, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and contour lines. Each line has a different meaning: curve, length, thickness, and flexibility. We have types of lines and their implied meaning in arts. First, vertical lines. Straight up and down lines that move in space without any slant and are perpendicular to horizontal lines. They suggest height and strength because they extend towards the sky and seem unshakable. Horizontal lines. Straight lines parallel to the horizon that moved from left to right. They suggest width, distance, calmness, and stability. Diagonal lines. Straight lines that slant in any direction except horizontal or vertical. When in use, they suggest movement or lack of stability. Zigzag lines. A series of diagonal lines joined at ends. They can convey action and excitement as well as restlessness and anxiety. Curved lines. Lines that bend and change direction gradually. They can be simply wavy or spiral. Such lines convey feelings of comfort, ease, and sensual quality as they remind us of the human body. Spiral lines convey action, excitement, restlessness, and anxiety. Next, shapes. Shapes are created when a line is enclosed. Shape is one of the 7 elements of arts, and it has a variety of uses in the creation of art. Shapes play essential roles in the creation of drawings and paintings. Shapes help to create complex drawings and paintings, affect the composition, and contribute to the balance within a work. We commonly see 2 general types of shapes in an artwork: geometric shapes and free-form shapes. Geometric shapes, precise shapes that can be described using mathematical formulas. Example: circle, square, triangle, oval, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezoid, pentagon, pentagram, hexagon, and octagon. Free-form shapes, also called organic shapes, are irregular and uneven shapes. Their outlines may be curved, angular, or a combination of both. Shapes and their implied meaning: squares, strength, security, reliability, and discipline. Triangle, movement, balance, risk, and stability. Circles, eternity, universe, and mystery. Spirals, growth, intelligence, creativity, and modernity. If lines and shapes convey different meanings, then so do colors. The symbolism of colors is one of the most exciting aspects of visual communication. As a designer or a digital journalist, you will make decisions on specific palettes of colors used for diverse projects. It doesn't matter if you work on a brand identity, a poster, or a website. Color choices can and will change the meaning of whatever you create. Here are some of the most commonly used implied meanings of colors. Red. It is the color of fire and blood. It is also associated with excitement, energy, passion, and sexuality. It also symbolizes desire, power, speed, and strength. On the other hand, it also stands for aggression, danger, violence, and war. Many of us consider red to be a color of love, but it is more related to the excitement of falling in love and waking passion for the other person. Red is also a color of Christmas, bringing joy, warmth, and safety. Moreover, it is widely used in flags and signs associated with pride. Yellow. It is a color associated with sun brightness. It symbolizes optimism, energy, joy, happiness, and friendship. It might also stand for intellect. On the contrary, yellow can indicate jealousy, betrayal, illness, and danger. It is strongly associated with food, often evoking cheerful feelings. Orange. It is a secondary color that combines two primary colors, red and yellow. It stands for energy, happiness, and the joy of life. Moreover, it is associated with great enthusiasm, encouragement, determination, and stimulation. It is a color of creativity. Blue is a cool and calming primary color for intelligence, openness, spirituality, and creativity. Blue is popular among large concerns, hospitals, and airlines since it symbolizes wisdom, trust, loyalty, and strength. It is relaxing and connotes calmness and peace. It is always associated with the color white. Green is the color of nature and the environment that combines the power of blue and yellow. It is associated with growth, health, renewal, youth, harmony, freshness, and fertility. On the other hand, it can symbolize safety, symbolically and physically. Also, in some cultures, green is always associated with good fortune, money luck. Purple has the stability of blue and the energy of red, two primary colors. It is associated with royalty, nobility, ceremony, mystery, transgression, and spirituality. It also symbolizes both wisdom and enlightenment. It is a strong indicator of imagination. Some of the colors have the same symbolism. Hence, it is in the hands of the artist to emphasize colors in an artwork. Color combinations, lightness, darkness, brightness, lightness, and the like are some of the aspects affecting the impact of colors in an artwork. Let's have activity 2. Interpret me. Mechanics. Different images are provided. In each image, there will be 3 aspects of visual elements that you need to fill out to complete the graphic chart. You can make use of your notes or lectures as your guide. Interpretation should be in 3 or more sentences. Here is the first picture. Interpret the lines, its shapes, and color. The second picture. And the third picture. Topic 3. Identifying real or make-believe, fact or non-fact images, real or realistic versus make-believe images. Real or realistic images are said to be artworks that portray real meaning in life. It could happen in real life, and it does exist. On the other hand, make-believe images are the opposite, and they do not occur in real life. These are the manifestations of imagination and combined illusions and fantasies, evoking make-believe artistry. Realistic images are considered factual, since they evoke reality and can happen in real life, and it does exist. On the contrary, make-believe images are considered non-factual, since they evoke a non-realistic perspective, imagination, and cannot happen in real life. It does not exist and will not be proven. Examples: real or factual images. All examples are considered realistic and factual, since humans exist in real life, and the same is true of animals. Examples of make-believe or non-factual images. All examples are non-realistic and non-factual, since superheroes like Superman do not exist in real life. The same is true when talking about flower and animal characters. Activity number 3. Real or not. Instructions: analyze the given images and identify whether it is real or factual, or make-believe or non-factual. Justify your answer. Here are the pictures. For number 4 and number 5. Let us now answer. For number 1, it is real or factual. Animals like bears or wolves often walk in snow as part of their natural habitat. Number 2, real or factual, children eating ice cream is a common and realistic scene. Number 3, make-believe or non-factual. Superheroes are fictional characters, and wearing a costume is part of a make-believe story. Number 4, make-believe or non-factual. Captain Marvel is a fictional superhero character from a comic book and TV series. Number 5, real or factual, graduation. Ceremonies are real events where students celebrate completing their education. Activity number 4, cut it out. Using the magazines or resource materials that you have, complete the graphic organizers with appropriate images. Remember to be careful when using scissors. After being able to learn the different visual elements as well as the different purposes, meanings, and symbolism of lines, shapes, and color, as well as being able to learn how to distinguish real or factual images and make-believe or non-factual images. Next, apply what you have learned. You shall now draw and create your own artwork using what you learned from the previous discussions. Visual text is anything that uses pictures and other elements of visual arts instead of words to convey meaning, such as photos, advertisements, movies, television shows, cartoons, artworks, books, magazines, signages, and any other that uses images instead of words. Oftentimes, visual text is best exemplified by road signages. Signages nowadays doesn't have words and are more solely pictures. Create your own visual text using the given elements of visual arts.